to the February 2022 business coaching topic here at Miles Better Business Coaching. My name is Colin Miles, aka The Numbers Guy, and this month's question is riding the roller coaster of entrepreneurship. This month's commentary comes from an article I read recently in Forbes from an amazing writer called Kajit Rist. Entrepreneurs are fast becoming the superstars of our time. People like Jeff Bezos from Amazon, Elon Musk from Tesla, are what are often household names and command in some cases the same attention as Hollywood superstars, featuring in People's Magazine, in gossip tabloids, etc. And with the unfortunate death several years ago of Steve Jobs, he's may become now a cultural icon, along with many other tech entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurial greats are held in many people's eyes in such high regard, both for the wealth that they have created and the changes that they've made in innovation to allow their vision to happen. The use of technology is becoming more and more a pivotal part of success. However, their stories have helped forge millions of young people from the Generation X and Millennials to pursue a path to running their own business rather than the conventional path of corporate careers. This is having an impact on a lot of businesses generally, but it is also creating its own problems. Continued with the emergence of you only live once economy, entrepreneurship is increasingly viewed as the best way to make money, make a difference and live life to the fullest. You've only got to scroll through TikTok, through Facebook Reels to see all of these money creating tips for an easy win. Unfortunately, however, this view of entrepreneurial journey is an idolized and often oversimplified approach. Building great companies that sell for billions and developing game-changing products is actually extremely hard. For all of the much publicized success stories, there are many, many failures, as the romance of entrepreneurship gives way to the reality of cold, hard reality of you've got no cash, you've run out of money. You've only got to ask Richard Branson as an example of how many businesses on paper should have succeeded, but then ultimately went to the wall. Virgin Weddings and Virgin Cola is another example, where even a high-profile entrepreneur finds it difficult to compete and launch new businesses. And if he can get it wrong, where does it leave us humble humans? My top tip for prospective entrepreneurs really need to know before they take the plunge. Well, guess what? It's not rocket science. Get a numbers guy who's also a business coach who can help you, to use my phrase, of scale, grow and profit faster. Had to plug myself. Entrepreneurial success may eventually bring fame and fortune, but before then, most owners will face many years of hard work, long hours, no vacation, time away from your family, and little recognition on the path to building a winning business. It's a very lonely place at the coalface of entrepreneurship. When somebody sells their companies for millions of pounds or IPOs, as you hear in the news these days, the way the story is told makes it sound like it's a walk in the park. Anybody can do it. Just open your garage door, create a business like Jeff Bezos did, and boom. But Jeff Bezos started that some 50 years ago. Look at the journey of Steve Jobs with Apple and the ups and the downs, and they were very successful people over their time. In reality, the spirit of an entrepreneur is defined by doing what you do and continuing to do it for decades or more before real success will be seen. Anyone can become an entrepreneur. That's not a myth. Entrepreneurs come from all walks of life, from many different backgrounds and lifestyles and demographics. However, it has been proven through various research that successful owners tend to exhibit specific characteristics. We've touched on these in previous videos, so do have a look at some of those from our 2021 collection, and we will explore more of those as this is the theme for the 2022 series. Research shows that traits such as resilience and energy rank just as highly as the ability to convince or sell things, while self-reflection, being able to look closely at your mistakes, is up there alongside ambition and motivation. And in fact, in some cases, a mentor I worked with last year used a great phrase, is your ego bigger than your ambition? If it is, you're not going to succeed. Your ambition needs to be bigger than your ego. So again, self-reflection and the ability and the energy to overcome problems will determine, and motivation, as I say, is determining whether aspiring entrepreneurs such as yourselves who are watching these videos end up going the distance. But like all good fighters, you need a coach. There's always somebody in your corner helping you along the way. Of course, self-reflection is often aligned with experience. Many who choose the path of entrepreneurship are young, first-time owners yet to cut their teeth in business in the world or build up that support network, which is capable of providing external guidance and perspective. And that's actually a barrier from the beginning. Lots of energy, yes, but lots of ability to self-reflect through experience, probably not. When you actually look back, most successful owners hit the peak of their success are in their 40s rather than their early 20s. The article goes to go into greater detail about that particular point. You might not have the same level of energy. You will certainly be better able to navigate for the long run simply because of your life experience that you have. A headmaster of mine for when I was at school said, university and your early career is actually all about the education of life for you in later times. Successful entrepreneurship is about persistence and knowing that tech grows exponentially, and therefore 10 years seems like an eternity when you're in your 20s, but is more time disappearing when you're in your 40s and 50s. Being an entrepreneur requires a lot of determination, an ongoing willingness to learn, to invest in yourself, to take on a coach, which is the key message of this coaching point, and the recognition that sacrifices, will be needed along the way. Even then, success is far from guaranteed. Luck always plays a part, however the journey unfolds. But the risk can be minimized by having a business coach in your corner. Are inevitable in every direction. Entrepreneurs constantly encounter new situations and circumstances, many of which they would not have faced before. Being an owner-operator involves constant firefighting simply to stay in the game. As the owner, you are accountable for everything that happens in your business. You are the alpha and the omega. And if you don't like the thought of that, then you probably should reconsider your dreams, because more often than not, this is the reality of the role. The buck stops with you. Many entrepreneurs choose to partner with a friend or colleague to share the load. But while the right partnership at the top can certainly improve a company's chances of success, there is the downside, and the statistic that supports, in fact, unfortunately, 2/3 of all startups end failing due to uncertainties and conflicts between the co-owners. On the flip side, sole owners are also more likely to experience loneliness, self-doubt, and a range of other well-being concerns. Check out some of the other videos on self-reliance from last year. The pressures can be relentless, and there's also the widespread problem of burnout, as entrepreneurs sacrifice their work-life balance to solve urgent customer issues, technical problems. And it's a challenge as being the only person in your business at some times that can just suck the lifeblood out of you. Setting up a business is incredibly difficult, and the odds are stacked against you in terms of making a success. So many businesses fail, but they often fail because they don't have the right support structure. An entrepreneurial business coach is key. Not only that, but as the sole owner entrepreneur, no one else has the same attachment to the business as you do. So you feel passionate about it, but also you open your emotions up to being beaten up. When things go wrong, no one else feels it in the same way. You need to have a strong network support to rely on, a great personal tribe, as I like to call it, people who will rah for you when things are down. So it's not an entirely solo experience. We touched on that in last month's session or video. Entrepreneurs fail for other reasons too, like running out of capital. So if you have a strong numbers guy in your corner from day one, it's a vital asset. Here at Miles Better Accounting, we offer that support at the time you need it most, which is in the beginning, when you think things are going to be rosier than they really are. You won't miss out on some of the key expenses that are often overlooked. Next point is rising to the challenge. Whatever the nature of the latest problem, entrepreneurs need to remain calm and solution orientated. The ability to prioritize effectively when problems are emerging left, right and center is an invaluable leadership skill. And that's something you have to acquire. So again, working with a business coach, the likelihood is they've worked with clients before who have seen those problems, and that's a problem halved is a problem shared. It's a good idea to have other things in your life as well that can distract you from the stress and strains of running the business on a day-to-day basis. It might be sport, meditation, yoga, being involved with a charity or something else. Whatever it is, it's important to have that life balance difference. If it distracts you for just a few hours a week, it's well worth it and will help you to be a better leader. a better entrepreneur, a better business thing. I tend to listen to audiobooks when I'm out walking, and I try and walk at least 2 hours, an hour and a half a day, hour and 40 in the morning, and about 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes in the afternoon. That again just takes that time away for your brain to switch off and allow you to recharge. Above all else though, an entrepreneur needs to know when to seek help. The entrepreneur might be, as I often refer to it, as the hero, the superhero of your story, but every hero narrative features a cast of supporting characters. Star Wars fan here. So Luke and his journey with Yoda, Han, Leia, and others. A business coach or a trusted network is that support network or that support process that you can rely on, who they can help you prepare and overcome the overcome the inevitable hurdles, bottlenecks and setbacks that all entrepreneurs face on their journey to success. Point is when the proverbial hits that fan. Although not widely known, there are many examples of entrepreneurs who have unfortunately suffered severe stress and mental issues over their careers. In some cases, such as Kate Spade, the journey has ended in tragedy, and we obviously are very thoughtful of her family and the effects that had. So don't suffer in silence, really is the message. Entrepreneurs, like sports stars, are attempting to push the limits of their success and the potential. These stakes are incredibly high, and however, they're normal people. They're not superheroes. We mentioned that you were a few minutes ago, but in reality, you're not. And at those times, although at times this is not a bad mindset to have, that cloak of confidence, as I often refer to it, it is only a cloak. And so even successful people are susceptible to the same well-being challenges as the rest of the world. We explored a lot of these points last year, so do check back on some of the other videos that we had, and also do look out at the entrepreneurial series where we actually spoke with Laura Hampson of Hampson Coaching, who is a resilience coach. Romanticising entrepreneurship and putting entrepreneurs on a pedestal can only add to that pressure of the need to succeed, when in reality there are going to be ups and there are going to be downs, and entrepreneurs are going to have failure. It's good in my mind to fail sometimes. It shows you where the unrealistic elements of your plan were. But with the support of a coach, these failures can easily be turned into success with some minor tweaks. If you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you're not likely to get a different result. Classic comment from Einstein in the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. It's important to remember that failures can generate valuable learnings for you, and these can be utilised in another setting, allowing you, the entrepreneur, to gain experience, upskill perhaps, identified you didn't have the right skill, and develop an even thicker skin. Again, other videos can support that in our series. The pandemic recently has stress tested so many industries and found them wanting, really, with the supply chain challenged, employment challenged, etc. And that's where there's a need for entrepreneurs. So I'm not saying don't be an entrepreneur. There's lots of opportunities out there for the right entrepreneur, but it's a journey. While anybody can be an entrepreneur, and we'd encourage you to give it a go, not everybody is well suited to it. What's more, all entrepreneurs need support and guidance on their journey to avoid ending up in a situation where they can't continue. Even with this guidance, entrepreneurship won't always enjoy a fairy tale ending. It's a difficult path to follow, filled with pitfalls and uncertainties. So I can't stress enough the need for a business coach in your corner, and let us know if we can help. And yet there's never been a better time to start a company or business, and that's where my Let the Numbers Decide course can help. I'll talk more about that at the end. Startup costs continue to come down due to the availability of the cloud and working from home and laptops. But only painting a more honest picture of entrepreneurialism can ensure that you truly understand the task ahead of you. Know that there's going to be good, know there's going to be bad, and ensure that you have the right commitment and support is key to making sure that you start for the right reasons. Entrepreneurs will start with a clear mission and direction, and then the day-to-day comes, and you get bogged down, face down, head forward. It's so easy as you're at the coalface every day with that head down to run into problems without the support. So if you're thinking of launching a business, it's because you want to create something. You want to leave a mark, one would guess. Well, whatever happens on your journey, never forget why you're doing this. This article further enforces why you need to have a business coach and a numbers guy in your corner to help you overcome those pitfalls, to act as your sounding board, to avoid that loneliness. So thank you for listening to this week, or this month, should I say. Once again, thank you for the team at Forbes Inc., from where this article came from, and the editorial contribution. I did want to close out a little bit about us and how we can help you. As a business mentor, I help clients work in real time using plain speak so that they can make powerful decisions, working together to allow you to look for success and understand how best to help you grow, scale, and profit faster. I've just launched a brand new online course that uses all these strategies. Not so new now, but it's out there for you. And I'm calling it Let the Numbers Decide, a 5-pillar program designed to help all entrepreneurs launch, grow their new business idea and to overcome the fear of failing. I'd love you to visit letthenumbersdecide.com to learn more about the course. Plus, to help support the launch and my mission to help as many people become fluent in accounting, the language of business, I'm offering a free ebook to support the program, as well as my accounting translator book and a discovery call. I hope you'll join me this year in finally taking the plunge and overcoming the someday and launch your own successful business and allow us in a small way to be part of your journey. Thank you for your interest in this month's business coaching tip, and I look forward to working with you in launching, growing your successful business in 2022.